Hello there, Chris from C&G Bricks here, and in this video, I am going to be going through all of my LEGO Spider-Man and Spider-Verse minifigures. So before we do that, I'm going to get rid of all of these duplicates because these are just same figures. And there's a couple more like that, like the Venoms and stuff. But yeah, let's go through each and every single one of these. Okay, so starting off, we have the classic LEGO Spider-Man. This one is so simple. It's really just the blue torso and the blue pants, and then the printing. But this one is, one of the greatest ones. I have, I think, 3 or 4 of these. And especially that Spider-Man logo right there. It's just so simple, but it's so classic. I don't know. It's just something about it. Next up is the more recent version of the classic style Spider-Man. You can see, still has the blue pants here, but the arm printing here is just amazing. It's super simple, but like, dude, I mean, all of those lines there and everything look great. The logo is really new. Here, let me hold the old one. Look at that difference between these two here. And then obviously the webbing is all different and everything like that. The face is pretty similar. The eyes are a bit smaller though. And then out of the classic Spider-Man, this is the most recent version. You can see the dual molded legs. Really big difference here between the two versions of these. But the arms are not printed. I think they did the dual molded legs instead of that. But then the chest details, the newer one is just so much better with like all of the, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. It's just so much better. And then the eyes, you can see there's also like a little gray band inside of the eyes. Like I don't know, it just does a lot there. And then you just general detailing on the back, it's also pretty good. Okay, and then this is the classic MCU Spider-Man. This one has been in a lot of sets. Again, the arm printing there looks great, and the dual molded legs, a great combination. And then obviously it has the MCU style spider on the back. Looks amazing. And then the head also has some more highlights there. I don't know if you could see how detailed that is, but you can see that next to the eyes, it's done really well. Okay, and then again, another version of this is from Far From Home. This is basically the same thing, except it's just black. And if you've seen the movie, you basically know he just creates the same suit again, but he uses black instead. Really simple here, but again, looks great, nothing too crazy. And then the most recent MCU version that we've gotten is the No Way Home version. This is obviously basically Peter Parker creates his own suit and he adds in all of the gold. This is basically the suit he wears at the end of that movie. The dual molded legs look great, no arm printing, but he doesn't really need arm printing. Okay, and then there have been 3 other MCU variations of like Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So this is obviously the Iron Spider. The arms look great. Let me take off the back bling here, and you can see the printing is just amazing, fantastic. I believe this version goes for like $100 because this came out in like the 2018 Sanctum. Really old here. Okay, and then this is Night Monkey from Far From Home. If you've seen that, basically he just gets a different suit because he can't be Spider-Man in Europe. It's really basic, but that's basically what the suit was in the movie. And then this is the Peter Parker that came in another one of the Far From Home sets. It's a really bad depiction of Tom Holland, but it's basically Peter Parker here. The hood and everything, and you know it's him because it literally shows that he's Spider-Man. Okay, and then another Peter Parker we have here. This is from the Daily Bugle, a very comic style. This one looks a lot better than the previous one. I mean, you could kind of assume this is Peter Parker. The colors, it's red and blue. He doesn't have the Spider-Man suit on underneath, but, it's pretty obvious. Okay, and then this here is Gwen Stacy. Of course, Spider-Gwen. This one is a lot less obvious, but I don't really know how they would do a Gwen Stacy and make it obvious. So, super simple here. And then lastly, out of the Peter Parkers, this is a Peter Parker from, I believe, like the Spider-Man, like Iron Man Hall of Armor knockoff thing. Super simple. That logo is very similar to the really old logo, which is really kind of cool to see, but I really like the design of him like lifting his mask up. That is really cool. Okay, and then here's the classic comic style of the Iron Spider. You can see, same arms as the one before, but the printing is a lot different. Putting side by side, this one is obviously based off of the MCU suit, and this one is just kind of its own thing. And then here is what I like to call the highlighter Spider-Man. I have no idea where I even got this. I think I know what set it was in, but I I don't know why it's a thing, but it looks cool. And then lastly, out of my non-Spider-Verse Spider-Man, this is the What If Spider-Man from that first Marvel collectible minifigure series back in like 2021. This one is amazing. The legs are dual printed. The arms are printed. The detail is just insane. Obviously, he has the cape or cloak of levitation from Doctor Strange if you watch the Marvel Zombies episode. And yeah, I mean, this figure looks amazing. Definitely one of the best Spider-Man for sure. Okay, so going into the Spider-Verse minifigures, here's Miles Morales. This is actually like the first version of him in Lego from like 2018. Don't remember what set I got him in, but I know I've had him for forever. It was like super classic like Spider-Man motorcycle, but I've just had this figure forever. And then some of the newer versions, like you can see that there's a lot different, especially with the mask. And then this one here, I guess I'll put it on the stand. This one is the like hooded version of him. The hood piece is just amazing. I love this piece right here. The dual molded legs look great because it's meant to represent his sneakers. Okay, and then next, this is the classic Spider-Gwen. I think this version came in the Daily Bugle back in 2021. The back looks great too with like the little spider fangs up there. Okay, and then this is the newer version of the Spider-Gwen figure from the series. You can see the dual molded shoes. Those look freaking awesome. Especially like the spider logo on the shoes, dude. And then besides that, the arm printing is just insane. Like I never really thought about that detail, but it looks great. And then it matches the tips of her hair. I don't know what it's called, but it's just like she dyed her tips, and then she obviously has the photo of her and Miles from the end of the first movie. Really great figure all around. Okay, and then also from the first movie, we have Spider-Ham here. This one, I believe came in the Daily Bugle as well. The logo, back to the logo thing, it's the classic logo basically, but it has a little like ham or pig in it. So funny. The head is it's just so cool. Like this piece for the head here. Oh. The minifigure fell down, but like it's like he's got a mask on his head, but then he's got a mask on his nose too. I don't know why, but it looks really cool. Okay, next we have Spider-Man Noir. The only thing that I kind of wish I had for him is like a Rubik's Cube, like from the end of the first movie. This one, really simple, especially the suit. It's basically just a trench coat. But that face is where the money is at right there with like the little webs under the glasses and everything. It looks great. Okay, and then the last one I have from the first movie here is Peter B. Parker. This is basically like the older Spider-Man that helped Miles after his Spider-Man died. This one's really great because you can see he's got the Spider-Man outfit on, and it's really similar to this one, like the more classic one. But then he has his like slippers on, and that goes over the legs, and then he obviously has the robe on. But no, I mean, it looks really cool. And then he obviously comes with his daughter, May Parker. She has this like little carrier thing. And May Parker is also a Spider-Man because I guess she gets born with the spider powers, which makes sense. And then that little baby head with the printing is just so freaking cute. I don't really know if, yeah, I can't really take it off. It's like really on there. But dude, it's so cool. Okay, so starting off the Across the Spider-Verse movie, this is the Spider-Man India. I think his name's like Privateer Pravakar. Really, really cool. The printing is great. Obviously, he comes with the cup for the, chai tea or chai. And then he comes with this face for when you don't want his hair. But I love the facial expressions they've done for him. Looks great. Next, we have Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara. This is freaking awesome. That cape, dude, holy crap. It's kind of like the newer Vision cape from the newest Avengers Tower, but it's Spider-Man. The back looks great. The arms look great. And then that printing on the body looks amazing. And I didn't have the older 2099 version, so I'm really glad I got this. And then he's holding a little version of Spider-Bite, who is this figure. She is basically like, I guess she's like Zoom calling in across the multiverse in that movie. I don't really know, but this figure is done great. You can see the arms are clear as well as the legs, which are just so cool that Lego can do this. It looks amazing, and they have like glitter too. It's great. And then obviously her accessory here is just like the spider and the multiverse and stuff. And then underneath her, she just has her face. She's blue because she's like a hologram or something. It looks really cool. Then next we have the Prowler. This is the Miles Morales version of the Prowler from the end of the movie. He comes with this headset here, or headset, it's a mask, you know what I mean. And that looks just amazing. It's like Bowser Jr. from the new movie. And then those like things on his wrist, they just look amazing, and the sneakers too. Okay, next up here we have the Spider-Man werewolf. I don't know why I can't pronounce that correctly. It's like the third time. But this one looks amazing. You can see the legs. The printing is just insane, if my camera would focus. And the head, I mean, it's just a standard like werewolf head and everything, but the fact that they printed it with like the Spider-Man mask, it's just so cool. And like, you know, you gotta imagine like he could like climb and swing on the walls still, and that'd be really scary if you just saw a werewolf like this. And then next is one of the most detailed Spider-Man. This is the Spider-Man 20, no, this isn't 2099. This is like Spider-Man Apocalypse, and it's also Spider-Woman, I think, too. All I know is the legs, like these leg pieces are just insane. Like look at that printing right there. It's just, I'm a sucker for side leg printing. It's so cool because I've been, you know, used to it not being a thing for so long. And the accessories go so well with the printing on her that it's just, I don't know, it's just done really well. So yeah. Next up here is the Cowboy Spider-Man. This one, the body is really simple. It's basically just a cowboy build, a lasso, and then just a classic Spider-Man head underneath, but it's just so fun. And then lastly we have, I believe this one is called Spider Crutch. It's basically just he has crutches, not like because he broke his ankle, but because I think he needs them to walk or something, which I guess I don't, how does he climb a building with this? I don't know. But looks really cool. I love the orange suit. It's kind of like the contrast of this version here, like with like just the color, like the orange and the green. It's just colors we don't really see with Spider-Man that much. Okay, and then of course for Spider-Man Cowboy, we have the Spider-Man Cowboy horse. That's also a Spider-Man. I don't really know. And then there's also the Spider-Man cat, which I don't know. These two are just so funny. It really reminds me of, let me see if I can find it here. The Throg that we got from the first series. They're just so cool. I really would love if they would do this Spider-Man T-Rex. Actually, I think they might have done that, but like it was brick built. But yeah, that would just be so cool. I mean, look at the little masks. Lastly, I have Venom and Carnage. I think I have 4 versions of Venom, but really only there's 2 versions because all of the faces on the newer versions are the same. So this is the older one. I think it's from 2012. And you can see the torso printing is a lot different. The facial expression is different. And obviously he has these like really old vines versus like in newer versions they'll use like these things. You know, Venom, you can count him as Spider-Man. I mean, he basically is kind of, I don't know, it's cool. I really wish I had the black like symbiote suit from like the comics and the movies like that, but that is like a hard Comic-Con exclusive. It's like $1,000 minifigure. And then the final figure, very similarly to Venom, is Carnage. I have 3 of these guys, and I'm like 99% sure the torso printing is the exact same between all of them. But I memean, he looks great. I like this version the best because the arms are like manageable. Like this version of him, I don't even freaking know like what's going on. They're too long and the arms will fall off so easy. But this one is manageable for sure. But yeah, the Venom and Carnage figures, they always look amazing, but I low-key always forget about them because they're a lot different than like classic Spider-Man figures. Okay, I put them all into this really cool looking pose here. This is basically for a thumbnail photo, obviously, you know, because you really have to get thumbnail photos. But I love the Miles Morales looking upside down. I'll actually show you. My brother has the poster of that. Basically, that photo right there. Really cool. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Don't mind the fact that the castle is currently being rebuilt and taking up the entire floor of the Lego room here. All of these Spider-Man look freaking amazing. I'm really glad I have all of them. I don't have all of the Spider-Verse figures, and I definitely don't have all of the possible Spider-Man that are out there, but this is really cool. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'm going through and I'm doing a bunch of these types of videos because I have a bunch of minifigures. So yeah, but this is the first one I wanted to do just because I love Spider-Man so much. And yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you have a great day.